Hello Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So Virgo, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So with all that being said, Virgo, let's get started. How does Virgo currently view this relationship? All right, Virgo, so we do have the Six of Swords, we do have the Hermit, and then we also have the Judgment card. With the Judgment card coming out here, it kind of looks like someone from your past is resurfacing back up here for you. Whoever this person is that's resurfacing back up here for you, it's somebody that you've been making your only mission and priority to stay away from, is basically what I'm getting. So it kind of looks like you don't really want anything to do with this person. It kind of looks like since this relationship came to an end between you and them, you've been keeping your distance from them. You haven't been reaching out to them for absolutely anything. But it looks like they're back for whatever reason. So let's see what it is that this person wants. Tell me more about the Judgment card for Virgo. Now, of course, this person could have already resurfaced back up here for you. For others of you, they could very well be resurfacing back up here for you very, very soon. You could have a Scorpio gravitating towards you or a Libra specifically, but tell me more about the Judgment card. All right, so interesting. Virgo, this person, they've been wanting to talk to you for quite some time now. Kind of looks like this person has been waiting for you to actually contact them, but it kind of looks like that never actually occurred. Yeah, kind of looks like that never actually happened and or even occurred here, but this person's resurfacing back up here for you because they want to have a conversation with you, Virgo. I feel like this person is still very much so emotionally attached to you and what they once upon a time had with you. I am definitely getting that. So even though things came to an end between the two of you, it kind of looks like this person hasn't lost, feelings and or emotions for you, Virgo. All right, let's look a little bit more into this person. Actually, before we do that, I want to see why you've been keeping your distance from this person. Tell me more about the Six of Swords. Okay, we have the Six of Cups, we got the Four of Cups, we also have the Ace of Swords, and then we also have the Empress out here. In regards to why you've been keeping your distance from this person, Virgo, it kind of looks like the main reason why you've been keeping your distance from this person, Virgo, has a lot to do with you still being hung up on someone from your past. Okay, it just kind of looks like you don't really feel the connection, I would say, between you and this particular person. And I feel like the main reason why is because you're still hung up on someone from your past. Kind of looks like you haven't fully moved past a previous relationship that you were actually a part of. So because of that, it may have made it very challenging and difficult for you to resonate with this person and build a meaningful connection with them when you were still very much so attached to somebody else from your past. Okay, so it kind of looks like that's kind of why you've been staying away from this person and not really trying to pursue absolutely anything with them. A lot of you feel like it's remotely impossible for you to build or create a relationship with someone else when you're still in love with someone from your past. Okay, so kind of looks like that's kind of why you never really made it your priority to try to get this person back or reel them back in other words, because of what was going on your end. Okay, how does this person currently view this relationship with Virgo? Okay, so we have the Three of Swords, we got the Seven of Pentacles, and then we also have the Seven of Cups. There's a lack of clarity on their behalf in regards to why things played out the way that it did between the two of you. This person felt like the two of you honestly had a really good thing going between the two of you, and it just randomly, came to an end. And I feel like this person's really confused as to why that is. But we've already kind of established, why it was so hard for you to build and establish a relationship with this person. It had a lot to do with the fact that you were actually hung up on someone, from your past that you haven't fully gone over. It's basically what I'm getting. So that's kind of why this relationship between the two of you went south. That's kind of why, it was hard for, the both of you to build and create a relationship with one another when, you were still kind of hung up on someone from your past. All right, let's jump back over to you. How does Virgo feel? Okay. We have the Queen of Wands, we also have the Moon, and then we also have the Empress. You know, the first thing that came to my mind when I saw these three cards come out here for you is it's just not the same. It's just not the same. You know, I feel like you've been trying to fill the void of this Empress that you were once upon a time romantically involved with, you know, with someone else. And the more you try, the more you start to realize it's just not the same. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. Okay. You know, this to me kind of feels like, yes, you are trying to fill the void of this person from your past, and you are trying to find what it is that you once upon a time had with this past person of yours, you know, with somebody else, Virgo. And I feel like the more you try to do that, the more you start to realize that, you know, it is remotely impossible, you know, for you to find what you once upon a time had with this past person within somebody else. Okay. How does this person currently feel? All right, we do have the Three of Cups, we do have the Six of Cups, and then we also have the Eight of Swords. Yeah, a lot of confusion on this person's behalf. I can't emphasize this enough. This person truly thought that you guys had a really, really good thing going between the two of you, and the fact that it just randomly came to an end or just randomly, you know, stopped, it does confuse them. It does confuse them, and it causes this person to question, like, did I say something wrong? Did I do something wrong? Like, what in the heck happened here? You know, why is Virgo so distant? Why did this relationship come to an end? I just don't get it. I just don't understand. We had a good thing going. What the heck happened? I think that it's safe to say that this person has no idea that you're still hung up on someone from your past. I think it's, you know, safe to say that, Virgo, because if this person knew, they wouldn't be as confused as they currently are when it comes down to the situation that's going on, you know, between the two of you. So you're definitely not sharing all of this with this person, as far as like you still being in love with someone from your past, you still wanting someone from your past, you basically filling the void of, you know, this past person, you know, with other people. They're not consciously aware of this whatsoever. What actions will Virgo take towards this person or moving forward? Okay, so we have the Chariot, we do have the Ten of Swords, and then we also have the Four of Swords. When it comes down to this person from your past, I feel like you've been waiting to receive communication here from them, but it kind of looks like you have not received communication from this person from your past. And it kind of looks like you're actually deciding to take action in their direction. So the moment that you decide to take action in this person's direction, you know, is when I feel like your relationship with this individual and everybody else, if you are dating other people, will essentially come to an end. And here's why. Because I actually do see you and this person from your past actually getting back together and healing things here. So even though it may be over as of right now between you and this person, once you do take action in their direction, which I do see you doing that, I do see you guys having a conversation, I do see you guys healing things with one another, and I do see the two of you deciding to get back with one another all over again. So if you are just simply dating this person, your relationship with this person will permanently come to an end. If you're dating other people, Virgo, I do feel like these other people that you're dating, getting to know / talking to, yeah, that will definitely come to an end as well. That's basically what I'm getting. What actions will this person take towards Virgo or moving forward? So we do have the Ace of Cups, we got the Four of Pentacles, and then we also have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so in regards to what actions they plan on taking in your direction and or moving forward, Virgo. Not only do I see this entire situation between you and them, you know, coming to an end, I do see this person eventually moving forward and moving on with their life and, you know, talking to new people and dating new people. So they will definitely get over, you know, you and whatever it is that they once upon a time had with you, and they will definitely meet somebody else. I am definitely getting that strongly off of this person. What else can you tell me for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? What else can you tell me for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Okay, so we have the Nine of Swords, so Seven of Wands, to the Eight of Cups, and then we also have the Knight of Pentacles. Virgo, when it comes down to this past person that you're deciding to take action towards, I do feel like they're going to be extremely caught off guard by your return. I feel like so much time has essentially passed to the point where they started to think, okay, it's you know, it's finally over. You know, it's time for me to move forward and move on with my life. Like that was their whole like mentality during the separation between the two of you. I do feel like initially at first it was very hard and challenging for this person to move forward and move on with their life, but I feel like they've started taking the necessary steps towards doing so. Yeah, I'm definitely getting that. So when you do resurface back up here for them, I do feel like they're going to be very caught off guard by it, because they were under the impression that, you know, it was officially over between the two of you and it's time for them, you know, to move forward and move on with their life, because they were under the impression that that's more than likely what you were doing, moving forward and moving on with your life and dating other people and seeing other people. So it kind of looks like they were taking the necessary steps towards doing the exact same thing. But it kind of looks like, you know, with your return, things are going to drastically change here, because like I said, I do see you guys definitely getting back together. But yeah, when it comes down to this person to the right of me, I mean, even though they're extremely hurt that things didn't necessarily work out between the two of you, especially when they thought that the two of you honestly had a really good thing going between the two of you. I feel like this person will eventually accept the fact that they may not ever understand fully why you stopped talking to them, or why you randomly distanced yourself from them, or why things randomly came to an end between the two of you. I think this person will just, you know, eventually accept the fact that, you know, maybe they'll never know. But I do see this person deciding to stop trying to build and establish a relationship, you know, with you, when you're constantly giving them the impression that you don't want to build and establish a relationship with them. You know, they don't want to come off desperate, or yeah, they don't want to come off desperate, like they desperately want you in a relationship with you. They don't want to come off that way whatsoever. So I do see them just accepting the fact that, you know what, I guess I'll never know. You know, that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. And they will move on with their life and start dating somebody new and seeing someone new. I am definitely getting that for this person to the right of me. All right. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.